there is only love.
There is only love. There's only one power, one presence. There is only one absolute intelligence. That is the mind of God. That is exactly who we are right here and right now. And what I know is that as each one of us are one with this power and presence, I know that we step forward today in a state of love, in a state of calm, in a state of excellence, knowing that as we move forth through this service today, that we are divinely blessed, divinely appointed to be here right now, not just with ourselves, with one another as a community, knowing that this community supports the growth and the love of every person here. And what I know is that each one of us hears the exact words that we need to hear in order to nourish and nurture our very inner being, that very inner spot that has never ever been touched, can never be touched, called our soul, called our spirit. And so what I know is that it is this blessing that we are here today, with the music, with Reverend Mike, with Mike in the back, with Linnea, with everybody that made this service possible. For that I am so, so grateful. And I know that it's in this gratitude that increases more gratitude, because that's the way the law works. I let it go and I let it be so, and together we say, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm so happy to be here. And so if you hear something a little nasally, just know it's probably something in your ears. My creative thought today really is, it's an interesting creative thought, I think, because it's really revolved around a 12-year-old. The 12-year-old that has taught me in the last 6 months what life is really all about. I met him I met him before this, but I met him really during the summer. And when I met him, he really did change my life. Just listening to what a 12-year-old and how the law works right through him in absolute perfection. He's proud, he's ridiculous, he's outgoing, he's happy, he's conscious, he is pure love. He is how the law works, and what you put into it is exactly what you get out of it. So he was in the first thing that he taught me recently is that he was in the Granada Hills Parade, and he was a drummer. And what he noticed is that actually that he was off a little bit in his drumming, a little bit off base, which then created a little bit off his march. And rather than dwelling on what was off, what he did was shifted his mind directly back into what he needed to do to get right back on target, got back into rhythm, got back into step, and off he went. And what he realized was that simply what you dwell on is what you get. And he said to me, he said, if I would have really kept thinking about how off I was, I probably would have still been off. Instead, I didn't dwell on that. I just knew what I needed to do to shift it and to get back into my consciousness. And this week, I was touched further than deeply touched. He had to write 2 poems. Now, he's 12 years old, 7th grade. And he had to write 2 poems for school. Certainly not the school I ever went to, trust me. And he had to do it from a template, which was very interesting. And obviously, as I'm going to read the poem to you, he was very, very powerful, very awake. And I'm going to read a few things that he actually went through before he got to the poem, and then I'm going to finish with the poems. So one of the questions that was on this template was, I wonder, I hear, I see, I want, I pretend, I feel, I touch, I worry, I cry, I understand. I say, I dream, I try, I hope. So it's interesting that, I don't know about you, I never got a poem like that I got to write in my days. And I want to talk a little bit for a minute about what he went through before he got to the place that he got to, which was amazing. And what I did is I got a copy of exactly his process. And I wonder, and what he went through is why people bully. Why the world isn't in peace. Why life isn't fair like my parents told me. Why people act wrongly to impress others. I hear cries of pain, I hear cries of happiness, the wind whistling for us to move on, the music of my life. I see people looking down on others, a world of violence and cruelty, a world of happiness and love, people being looked down on, the light at the end of the tunnel. I want to live life to the fullest without a care in the world, to live a perfect life like a dream, a new Xbox 720. After all, he is 12. To be able to support my loved ones in a time of need. I pretend to be a grown man helping others in need, to be a superhero that can do anything without worry. I dream to be a Hollywood director so I can turn all my fantasies to life, to be a professional musician so I can perform the music that runs my life. So I'm going to read for you the poem that he actually came up with. It's called I Am. I am creative. I wonder why people act wrongly to impress others. I hear the music that runs my life. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I want a new Xbox 360. I am creative. I pretend to be a professional musician so I can express my passion for music. I feel the love for my family. I touch the lives of other people. I worry that I'm not all the things I say I am. I cry when laughing isn't enough. I am creative. I understand that other people's opinions of me don't need to be my problem. I say funny things when laughter is needed. I dream that I'm a Hollywood director so I can bring my fantasies to life. I try to not try, but to do instead. I hope I get a good grade on this poem, but it doesn't really matter because I know I've done my best. I am creative. The last one that he did, I seem to be weird, but really I'm just proud of myself. I seem to be random, but really I'm just happy acting ridiculous. I seem to be annoying, but really I am just outgoing, trying to have fun and live life to the fullest. I seem to be awkward, but really I am just happy all the time. I seem to be affected by other people's inputs about me, but really I am fully aware of who I am. By being the only me there is, I know what others think of me. Trying to become someone for others is not who I am. I am proud, ridiculous, outgoing, happy. A boy named Devin. Devin, stand up. Isn't that amazing? So if you really want to know, Reverend Mike's talks today is about how the law works. That's how it works. Thank you for letting me share.